Hello, good day and welcome to the Little Farmer's Farm with me, Guru Mafinda. On today's episode, we're keeping out of trouble. We're going to be putting cladding on a shed, or partially cladding a shed, and we're also going to be completing constructing the pathway in the new tunnel, the new grow tunnel, the poly grow tunnel that we're creating. So that's what's coming up today. You'll also see a cameo from Magical Mick Derbyshire from Old MacDerby's farm. And he'll be cutting off some long bolts that are coming down from the central bar in the middle of the tiki tunnel. He's going to be cutting those off with a reciprocating saw. He's given us a bit of a lift as well today, Mick. So socially distanced, of course. So yeah, that's what we've got on today's episode. Hope you enjoy it. If you do enjoy it and you like it, please give us a thumbs up, comment and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and also hit the bell notification button if you are a subscriber that hasn't hit the bell notification button. Okay, see you later, boys and girls. Catch you down the plots. Hello, good day and welcome, boys and girls, to the Little Farmer's Farm with me, Guru Mafinda. We've got some winter jobs that we're going to be cracking on with today. Hopefully get a couple of tasks out the way while the weather's not too bad. It's a little bit breezy, but it's not too cold. It's quite warm. It's around about 7 or 8 degrees today. So what we can get done, we'll try and get done in the space of time that we've got. Got about 4 hours altogether today. So yeah, I'm going to crack on. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe if you like what we're doing. And hit that bell notification button so you don't miss another exciting episode with us down on the farm. Alright, catch you in a bit. I need to get wood. Let's go and sort that out. So we're down at a place called Savoy Timber today, and we're picking up some more timbers, strangely enough, for myself and for Michael, Magical Michael Derbyshire. So Mick's picking up 20 1.8 metre lengths, or roughly 6 foot metre lengths of the featherboard. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to pick up 20 of them. He's got some handy battens there as well. So I'm just going to load up the car with the timber, and then we're not going to be running short. It's a nice warm day today. It's 8 degrees today. So yeah. So there you have it. There's the flagpole. Now, obviously this is going to have to be taken off so that we can get a flatter surface just to do the infill panelling on it. But it shouldn't take very long to do, hopefully, because I've got an hour and a half to do it in. We've got the feather edge board there. We've not got the interlocking shiplap panelling, because I think they made a mistake when they sold me that. I went back to get some more of that, and it was a lot more expensive than it was last time. So I said, no, you're all right, leave it. So we've got this feather edge board instead from Savoy Timber. So that's what we're going to be using. Let me get that off first. That's the first step. We need to unscrew and remove. So yeah, the feather edge board I've run out of. But I've made a start on it there, as you can see the side. Managed to get that side done. And I've got the makings of the front. But yeah, need more. So what we're going to do is... Oh, by the way, when you're doing feather edge board as well, doing the cladding for the feather edge, you make sure that the thin part is at the top and the fat part at the bottom, then the rain comes off and drips down like that as it goes off. Start at the bottom and work your way up to the top. You can see there I've had to piece it there with 2 different types of board. Yeah, I'm going to have to pick some more of that up, but the shop's shut right now. So instead, what we can do is, hopefully the sand will be thawed out now. It was frozen last time, if you remember, when we were doing the path. But the sand should be thawed now. So I'm going to try and get the sand down and maybe get a couple of the flags in on the pathway inside Tiki Tunnel 2. Okay, that is the plan. Whew. Those 3x2 ones are very heavy, and there's a 2x2 one at the end there. Didn't have the 3. The 3 would have done that, I bet, just about. but I'm going to fill that top end with gravel anyway, because you're not going to see that. So I'm just going to sand in around the edges, in between the gaps. It's all flat and level now, that. So the next step, once that's been sanded in and brushed the sand in, I'm going to put another border down that side, and Bob's your uncle. There will be a gap, because the doorway is about in total, the doorway is about 30 inches, so we've got to make sure that when we put the new or the next bed border in, it's going there, and so the door's not hitting it, so the door can open fully, and the border will go down there following that line. And then at the sides I'll just brush in the sand just to fill the gaps. But it's sat onto the weed membrane. That's a double layer of weed membrane, and then the flags are going to go on the top of it, so it should be pretty retardant of the weeds, all being well. Okay, boys and girls, we ensure that the flags are obviously a good inch lower than the threshold of the door, and so that the door is in no danger then of catching when you open and shut it, and you get that free movement going through. Now these side bits here, obviously we've got the sand and we've got the weed membrane there, so we'll have to just pull that back while I fit those in the border down there. Same as we did on this side, where we've put the staves through into the ground as a fixing point. Half of the stave sticking out of the ground, the other half's in the ground, and then we can attach the boards to it to form the bed side. Okay, so that's the next step. But yeah, I've just brushed the sand in just to fill the gaps. I'll give it another brush in afterwards. But that again helps the paves to stay in position and to be affixed in position, so they don't move about too much. Once that secondary border is put in down that side of it, the next border is put in down that side of it, again I'll pack it with sand and it'll keep them all in place. Okay, so any grow space is all about ergonomics, and we've got to maximise our growing area. Henceforth, you need enough room to get in and out with a decent sized door, but also you've got to make the most of your beds. So as you can see there, that door edge, I'll just open it for you. Yeah, that bed is as big as that bed can possibly be. It's actually a little bit wide, that decking board. A fraction wide, as you can see there, but I can live with it. I might get a chisel to it and actually shave a little bit off it, but that's as big a bed as you can get without impeding the doorway, yeah? So that's in again, all the way along. All I'm going to do now is brush in the sand. Well, as you can see there, the weed membrane is underneath. It's a double layer of weed membrane. I've tucked in the rest of the weed membrane down the gap, so we're excluding the weeds as much as we possibly can. I have got this bit at the top there. I've not got a grinder, obviously, to grind down a pave and fit in there, so I'm going to fill that with gravel shortly, because it's not going to be in the way or anything. It'll be a soak away as well if it's gravel filled at the back there, as these sides are going to be soak aways as well, to prevent any flooding. There is a slight angle or a slight decline towards the door, so it's about a ½ inch higher at the top than it is at the entry. So if we do get any flooding, it's going that way. I've left a gap there where the sand is, and the water, if the water does get in, will soak down there, and it's going to be gravel on the outside as well, and we can just it just assists really with the soak away of the irrigation, or whatever you want to call it. It stops it getting flooded in here, basically. You do need a slight slope, like we've got on the path there. We're on a bit of a hill, so it goes down there, so as the water comes, it flows down rather than collects. It's good really not to have perfectly flat land, because you do get a lot of issues there with flooding if you do have totally flat land. So anyway, there we go. That's just a happy happenstance that we're on a little bit of a slope. But on here, I have made it so as it will go that way, the water, if it gets any flooding, which it shouldn't, but, you know, belt and braces. Okay, so the beds are in, that's in. I'm going to sand it all in now, around the edges, and give it a bit of a tidy up, and then jobs are good. Okay. Think that'll do. Put some sort of pea gravel down there at the top. I brushed the sand in, but the sand will sink down after a bit, just to fill that gap in there, really. And there you have it, a path. Shut the door and see the full effect. That's what it looks like. Fit for purpose, relatively straight, decently flat, with a slight drop off to that side, to the door side. Okie dokie. That's enough for today. I'm going to get my dinner. I've earned it today, the dinner. Only been down for a couple of hours, really. About 3 hours, I think, so far today. I'm going to go and get some lunch now. Tidy all the tools away, get some lunch, and happy days. If I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window. This has been Guru Mafinda, and I'm signing out. Take care of yourselves and each other. Keep growing with your heads down. Keep building with your heads down. And pass the time of day while you're waiting for the spring and summer to kick in, where we'll be doing some fantastic growing of organic vegetables, won't we? Right. See you later, boys and girls. Have a good one. We love you all. Bye-bye now.